What is good, guys? It is Reed and welcome back to another video. Today we got an awesome sleight of hand tutorial for a really awesome card switch. Now this is going to be a sort of in the hands switch, something that's done completely in the hands, but it's actually great for table work. It's good for in the hands sort of work as well, but I think it really does do well on the table even though it's sort of an in the hands switch. It sort of reminds me of like the Macmillan switch, but it's kind of done in the hands, the sort of the mechanics, and it's really nice. You can get a card into Tenkai, into lateral palm, do a switch, you can do a steal, a load, all kinds of different things. So it's a really cool little move, and I know you guys are going to love it. So welcome all the new subs, welcome to the video. Don't forget to drop a like if you like this kind of video, and let's get right into it. All right, time for a quick demo on this switch. So what I'll do here, I'll take the top card, that is the 6 of hearts, and I will leave it right there in the deck. If I just smack the deck through the table, one card actually jumps right through. That is the 6 of hearts. So time for some exposure on the move. I'll take the top card, which is the 9 of spades. All right, and then I will take that and place it in the middle. All right, push it in the middle. And just like that, I've maintained control of the 9 of spades. It's time for the breakdown. So this is a pretty neat switch, all done in the hands. And so here's what you need to do. First thing, you gotta get a double lift. Now there's 2 ways to do this and they have different applications. The most useful, I would say, is doing this with the card face up. So you'd get your card, you'd flip it face up on top of the deck. Then you're gonna come and grip it in a biddle grip. So 3 fingers on the front and thumb along the back edge, okay? So you can see the middle finger's right on the corner, and then the ring and the pinky follow suit, and then the thumb's about right on that corner there, okay? And I'll show you all the angles. That's what it looks like. Now you can come up, show it one last time this way, show in the back that there's nothing funny going on, and then what you're gonna do is you're gonna pinch down with the ring and pinky, and the thumb is gonna come up to the index finger, okay? So those meet, so it comes off the back. This is clipping it with the ring and the pinky, okay? So you're having a clip, and the thumb comes to the front edge here, okay? Then the thumb's gonna pull back that top card and get it into a Tenkai palm, okay? So it's just gonna pull and it's gonna hold it in a Tenkai palm, okay? So it's holding against the side of the hand here, clipped by the ring finger, that bottom card, and the top card is wedged along the fat and the thumb, and then the index finger comes from here to the back edge of the card, of the bottom card, and the middle finger pinches it and kicks that card out, while the thumb maintains this card in a Tenkai palm. Okay, so that's a quick overview. So let's go over the steps in detail. So you flip it, come in your biddle grip, okay? Then you're gonna show this side, and then as you come down, this is when the motion happens, okay? So you hide all that motion by coming down like this. Clip, and the thumb comes up to the top, okay? Thumb comes up, and then it's gonna pull back on the card slightly, okay? So pull back on the top card, pulls it back, and gets it in a Tenkai. As it does that, the index comes and grabs the top corner, the top pipped corner, with the middle finger pinching it on the bottom, and then those can pivot and swing the card out the opposite way. So if they were face up, it's gonna swing the back of the card out, and you can set that down, and you have a nice Tenkai palm to hold this into over here. So from the back angle, you show this way, then when you're showing this way, you're going to clip at the top, okay? Thumb's gonna slide up, pull, holding that in Tenkai. Index finger moves to the top pip, middle finger on the bottom, pivot that card out and forward, holding this in a Tenkai. You can see pinched there. If you need help on the Tenkai palm, please check out my video on that there. Now this happens in a very smooth, fluid motion. It's up and then down and all that happens. So if you watch me slow motion, I come down, the pinch happens, the thumb darts to the front, pulls back, and those kick out. Boom and boom. Okay, so that all happens as I come down, and then the pinkies adjust position and kick the card out. And you have a lot of cover here because all this is shading where that other card is. Now for your angle, if we look at it from this side, that's where you get some exposure. So straight on, you're perfectly fine. and all the way over this way, you're completely fine. It's just as you start to open up and get the view in there where it becomes a little bit problematic. Now there's two ways to do it, right? So if you do it face down now, so you pick up the card, and now it's nice, you can show them it this way, right? So you show them the back, show them the front. Now as you come down and do the move, you're gonna peel out that card. So when you do it this way, you're still showing the same card. This could be a good way to load a card into Tenkai Palm very naturally, right? So say they selected a card and you need to load a random card into Tenkai, maybe for some other kind of switch or something like that. You say, look, there's your card there, we'll leave that on top of the deck, and you've stolen your card out. Now you can come and do some other kind of, you know, switch at some point for their card or whatever you need to do, right? Now that you've loaded some Tenkai. So Madison has a couple nice switch ideas with that once you have that card loaded already. Like I said, the more useful one is when it's face up though. So you show, and then you're stealing off and switching it with a different card, and you're holding control of their card. So that's also useful as well. Now there's a few little variations, because in this you're always flipping it, right? So if it's face up in your hand, you're kicking it out, it's going to be face down. You could also do it with the bottom card. If the ace is on top, you can pull and throw out the bottom card like that. So what you're doing there is you're pulling and you're clipping, and instead of coming out this way, you're just spinning it out and keeping it the same way, right? So if the ace is on top, now I'm doing the switch instantly in the hands, but that kind of leaves a lot of heat here. So that's more useful when you do it face down, right? So now you have the queen here, and you can spin out, and that's throwing the queen out and maintaining a card this way, right? Because before, when we did it this way, we throw the queen out and it's face up. If for some reason you wanted to throw the queen out face down, you could do that and then still maintain that card. You can also now do a switch where the card is in the hand, you show it this way, and then you're spinning off the top card like that, and you hold the queen out. So you really can do all the combinations here that you want. So the switch up of the mechanics for that, you come here, and instead of throwing out the bottom card, which is still the queen, and just maintaining a load, if you actually want to do a switch, you need to throw out the top card. So you're going to come, and instead of bringing the thumb up to there, you're going to bring the thumb to the back of the card and kick it out and pivot it, right? And you just pivot it and you throw it out, and essentially the thumb comes from the back to the middle, kicks it, and then it's going to pivot off the index, and you're just going to use that motion with the thumb and the index and a little bit of swing of the hand to throw that card out. So now what you can do is a totally face down Queen of Hearts, throw it out, and you've actually maintained the queen and switched it. So you can do all kinds of different combinations depending what you like. Now the OG would be taking the queen and flipping it out like that, but now there's different combinations. So from face down originally was just a load, right? You do a load. So you show them the queen, and then you put the queen down and you get your load. But now, if you needed the queen to be set face down, you could do the exact same move and just kick the queen out, leaving it face down, so you don't have to flip it up if there was a reason you needed to do that. Or, like we talked about, you can now pivot it with the thumb and throw out that ace anyway and do now a fully face down switch. So now this card in Tenkai would be face down rather than face up, which could be very useful. From the face up position, it's the same sort of idea. Normally, it'd be a switch for the ace and a face down card. You'd be left with a face up card in Tenkai. And to reiterate, now we can do the same thing as we just did there, but now face down, and that card will stay face down rather than face up. So if we have the ace and I can throw it out like that, I've actually done the switch, and this time the card that is Tenkai'd is their card, but it's face down, which could be useful. So again, the typical way, go like this with the cards face up, but now what you can do is if you need the card face up, you can kick out the bottom card and do it all face up, right? So you have your queen, and then it's an instant switch, which again, if you lap this card, could look really good, but then there's going to be a lot of heat on that hand. Or you come with the ace and you do the top kick out, and now you've loaded a card face up. So now you can load the card in any way you want. So using all these sort of variations on it, you can do loads, and the load would be basically when you show them their card and then you put their card back, on the table, on the deck, and you've just loaded a card into Tenkai. So now you can do this load with loading the card face up, with loading the card face down, depending how you need it. You can also do a switch, where you switch the card out, and when you steal away their card, it is now face up, but you can also do it with a variation. So now their card that you steal away is face down. You can do it where you flip the card that you put down face up, you flip the card that you put down face down. So there's like any combination that you want depending on the effect that you need. So again, the typical is you pinch, the thumb comes up, pulls the card back and kicks it out. Or there's the option to do the same mechanics, but instead of kicking it out this way, you just now, with the pinch, you kind of pivot it out and throw it. So you just throw it out. One thing that can help, if you're, you should have it pinched like this when you were coming to do it here. If you just move the middle finger to the corner. So what I mean is you come here, and then the middle finger, instead of going on the bottom, comes on this corner, right? On the corner like that. Now it has something to pivot off when you throw it out. It's kind of hard to show slowly, but now it has something to pivot off when you throw it out. So there's that option, and the only difference there is that it doesn't flip this card that you're showing. So you can either throw it out or go like this, but it still keeps that card in the same orientation. So you can do that face up or face down, depending on your use case. Or you do the slight variation, which is when the thumb comes to the middle, pushes that card over and pivots the top card now you're throwing out. And that pivots off the index as you throw it out, right? So now that allows you to switch, either do the switch and keep the card face down, or you can also do the load face up, so it allows you to do every combination. So that's the move with all of its variations there. And now combining this with the Macmillan switch, which is when it happens all in the table like that, can also be very powerful, right? So you have the in the hands version, the Macmillan switch. I believe Madison teaches that on his YouTube channel if you want to learn it. So in terms of some subtleties, a nice thing you could do with a Tenkai is come and cut the cards, right? Just a standard cut like this, but from this side, it's invisible. So that's one thing I like to do. Pick up the box, move this card around, use that hand. Just little subtleties like that are things that are great that you can do with that palmed card. The one way I do use this a lot is with the face up, and I'll come here and I'll kick the card out. So I've done the switch, and I'll just open the deck, stick it in, and just tap it in with the back of this hand. That's a nice subtlety, but you've stolen their selection in the meantime. So that's one nice way to do it. And that's sort of, if you want to do this all in the hands, the best switch I recommend is the face up regular, where you peel off the bottom card, kick it out, and just put it in like that. The ones where you flick the card out, you kind of need a table for the card that you flick out to land on, right? There's not really so much of an elegant way to do it otherwise, right? And in terms of body language, just be natural with this move and justified. Those are the two things I can say. So whenever you're doing some sort of move like this, where you have a palm, don't do anything funny. Have a reason. Maybe you're cutting the cards or something like that. So just make sure every action that you make with the palmed card has a reason, is justified why you're doing it. Work on that smoothness, so as you come to here, and the move is executed on the way down in one smooth motion. So in terms of uses and other ideas, I got quite a bit to talk about here. The first thing will be palming. So when you're in that palm, if you need an adjustment, you can clip these fingers underneath and push that card higher into palm. So if it's too low, you come and you push it up with the fingers and make an adjustment. So sometimes you catch it too low and it's in the wrong spot. So you just kind of close the hand for a second and make the adjustment. So if it's much too low, that's much too low for me, I just pull, and then now it's up higher. Hopefully you can see. It's just a little tip about making small adjustments with a Tenkai. You just squeeze the hand in for a second and you can make that adjustment, and it looks totally natural. You're just kind of moving your hand around. Move these fingers, wiggle them, let's keep them open. You can be very free with a Tenkai. Just turn your hand slightly to the side and you'll be well covered. Another thing you can do is switch between a Tenkai and like a lateral palm by taking over with the middle finger here, right? So now you can show the thumb, behave very cleanly, and then have all the fingers move, have the thumb move, right, by just switching grips. And that can be pretty beneficial for different things when doing this move, right? Doing this with multiple cards is also possible. This is another little idea that you can use. So we got some aces and some kings. What you would do is you take the cards you want to switch. Let's switch the kings for the aces. So you take the kings and you're going to place a triple. So one's going to be a triple with the 3 aces on the bottom, and you put the other king on top. And then you can display them like this. Put them into your non-dominant hand, square everything up, re-grip in the switch position. Right, so if you're doing the switch, it would be the face up. Then you're gonna do the same move, and you can actually, you'll find it really easy to just peel off the 1, and the thumb will peel off all 3. right? So it's just natural. It's like a block push off. It just happens. Thumb will hold all three, and you'll kick out the one ace, set it down, and you just do the exact same thing. You're already in the Tenkai, and you just reach back, and this time you pull out the bottom card with the middle and ring finger, just enough so that you can get a clip with the index and middle finger and kick out the other card. And now you've just switched it for the kings. You can lap the kings, and now you've done the switch with the aces. You know, again on the multi-shift, once you come, get it into Tenkai and switch out one, you're gonna stay in Tenkai, clip with the ring and middle, and you're just pulling it up just enough that the index now has a lip that it can come and pinch right here with the middle finger, and it's gonna kick out the other one, whereas these two stay back, stay behind. A couple little effects you can do with this. This effect I used to do, it's a very quick, simple effect I called a fallen angel. Spectator touches a card, you cut it to the top, do a double lift, their card is the 3, they can sign that if they want. And then you come here, you do the switch, push that in the middle, and then you come and you cut. And as you do the cut, right, you're cutting with the palmed card, you come forward, this thumb comes around back, and it's gonna clip that card on top of the deck. So it comes forward and steals that card off from the Tenkai. So you come here, then it comes back, I'm stealing the card, and the wrist kills slightly as I set this down. So now I'm clean, card's on top here. They think their card's there, and I just draw the attention. I say, watch your card. And I hold this just above their eye line, so they're focused here, and I dribble, and then their card looks like it just randomly pops face up to the top. It's pretty cool, and you get some nice little reactions with it. It's just super quick, super easy. So you just take it, boom, boom, show it, come, put the card in the middle, right? And then we say, watch, I'll just cut the cards, boom, and it looks like their card that just jumps. So it's pretty neat. Another thing you can do is sort of like a bullet catch style. So if you're doing the classic version, you'd have them touch a card face up this time, right? So you cut it to the face, and then you're gonna lift off a double. Okay, so their card would be the 6 of clubs. You hold it like this, and you say, watch, we're gonna take this card, and we're gonna put it in the middle. You just turn the wrist, you put this in face up and tilt back this way, because now this card's face up, right? You say, watch, I'm gonna reach in there and grab it out. Boom, and then that you're just, you know, using the middle finger and the thumb and the ring underneath, and you're pivoting it out as you do your dribble, and you just look like you go in there, boom, and you pull out their card. So a little bullet catch idea. I'm sure that you could do it the other way with the other version of the switch. So now you have it face down, right? One of the other variations we talked about. So in the face down switch, where the Tenkai card is face down, you're gonna steal off the top card. Instead of throwing it out, you can kind of set it down nicely. Now I can do boom, pull out one card, and it's their card. So you can do it face down as well. Finally, you can do a nice little transpo, and what you would do, you take it, duplicates. You start with the duplicates on top, and then you're gonna turn it over and catch it, and then pick it up this way. So you say, all right, we'll take the duplicates here, we'll leave one of them right there, and now I need you to just cut the cards for me. So they'll cut the pack, then you're gonna pick up the card that they cut to, and you say, all right, so your card is gonna be the 4 of hearts, and my card will be the Joker here. Now you're gonna do a Madison move. I'll link it in the description, but essentially you take their card and you push it into a gambler's cop, and then as you come to point, the thumb is clipping the Tenkai card, and this card goes underneath in cop, right? So it comes boom, and it's a switch. So now the Joker's here, and now I'm gonna pull back into my hand and square up the double, and I say, look, you can see the 4, flip it face up into my hand. I say, all right, so this is your 4. I show the back, come down, execute the switch as I place it face down. Now I'm in the perfect position to do a Macmillan switch. I come in, Macmillan switch this card as I set that down, lap or ditch in the pocket the other one, and now we have a nice transpo. So quickly you'd say, all right, so I'm gonna use this card for this trick. I'll take it and I'll leave it right there. Now I need you to cut the deck for me. They cut the deck, holding out this card here. I say, all right, so you got the 3 of spades, so your card will be the 3 of spades, mine will be this Joker here, I suppose. So yours was, what again, 3 of spades, right? So we can take the 3 of spades, and I'll set that down over here, and then I'll turn over the Joker, we'll leave that there, and they have transposed. Again, I'll link the Macmillan switch taught by Madison, and I believe he calls that the Madison switch. I'll link both of those in the description. Alright guys, so I hope you like that switch. It's pretty cool, a lot of different things you can do with it. Very versatile move, you know, fun, really fun to practice. It's one of my fiddle moves. I'll sit there and do this all the time. You know, adding all these little variations, you can really get whatever you need out of it, right? Whatever effect you need, however you need the card palmed, you just need to make slight variations and you can do whatever you need with it, whether you want to switch or a load, face up, face down, whatever it happens to be. So let me know what you guys think about this switch in the comments below. What variation's your favorite? Which one are you going to use? If you need any help with this or any other thing I've taught on the channel, mentalism, card magic, sleight of hand related, send me an email, rf.sleights@gmail.com, and we can set up a private lesson. I want to welcome all the new subs. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching. With all that said, guys, don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and I will catch you in the next video.